Honestly, when I heard Fran Brown say, "Let us be the experiment. We're the first to do it, and it'll be epic," and he said two black head coaches, I was like, it's not gonna happen. I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, it's not gonna happen. But there could be other reasons why it didn't happen. I listed three of the reasons that the NCAA gave for it not happening. But surprisingly, guess what? There are other coaches that want this to happen. Dabo Sweeney from Clemson wants it to happen. He said he doesn't even understand why it doesn't already happen in football. He said, why? It's already happening in baseball. It's already happening in basketball. Why is it that football is the only sport that has an inter-squad scrimmage in 2025 with NIL? I don't know. I don't know. But that's what he said. Dabo Sweeney said he likes the idea. Gundy, the coach from Oklahoma State, he likes the idea because Oklahoma moved out of this conference to a different conference, the SEC. So that split up their rivalry, which was called Bedlam. And that was a rivalry that they had. And once Oklahoma changed conferences, it kind of messed it up. So I think it was in 2024. So he's in favor of it happening. And there's some thoughts about how it should happen. But let's talk about what happened, why they said no, why it was denied. And supposedly it's not because Coach Prime is a star, rock star coach, and he wanted it. They'll want to let him have his way. The first reason was the NCAA said the timing of the ask of the waiver just came too late. Some programs are already finished with their spring game, their spring practices. I don't know who. So it's too late. And I was like, huh? They're already finished, right? So let me know what y'all think about that. Because so it's too late. That's what it was. It was too late. Some of the schools are already finished with spring ball. Okay. All right. Another reason, the second reason is because if Colorado plays Syracuse in a competitive scrimmage, right? Scrimmage, it would create an unfair recruiting advantage. Now, I took issue with this one. I couldn't take issue with the first one because clearly I don't know the schedule of every university who has a scrimmage happening, who has spring ball. I don't know. So I'm going to let that one slide. But an unfair recruiting advantage if Colorado plays Syracuse, how? Where's the unfairness? And I'm like, time out. Isn't Colorado's inter-squad scrimmage on ESPN? Yes. Now, if being on television doesn't create an unfair advantage, regardless of just the exposure, oh, Colorado is on TV. That's huge. I want to go there. If that didn't create an unfair advantage, how on earth is Colorado versus Syracuse created an unfair advantage? Can somebody tell me? I might be missing it. That one is a little fishy. That one is a little fishy. So I don't like number two. Number two feels like something just to say. And sometimes you have to let people say no. Sometimes you have to let people say no. You have to give them a reason to say no because then they'll start to look foolish. And this is what I think is starting to happen because what the NCAA did not expect was for other coaches to come out in support of Colorado versus Syracuse spring practice. That's really what they're calling it. So Oklahoma's coach took it another step. He said, honestly, we were already trying to think of it. He said, we were already thinking about this. He said, in fact, we were thinking that we could charge $25 for each ticket to be sold, and we could use that money for NIL. I like it. So do y'all think maybe if Oklahoma asked and came up with the idea, since they came up with the idea to go ahead and charge for the game and the schools could split the money and use it for NIL, y'all think maybe the NCAA would have been like, oh yeah, we like that? Honestly, just be honest. Or you think they would have still said, no, it creates a competitive, unfair advantage for recruiting? I don't buy number two. So, but I like Gundy's idea. I like his idea of charging $25 because I would pay $25 for the spring game if it were competitive. Otherwise, it's just practice. And we really need a competitive game before we get to the first game. So I don't think the NCAA were expecting other coaches to be on board. I really don't. And not only are they on board, they're like the inter squad game doesn't even make any sense because you don't really get anything out of it. You know, it's cool that the one for Colorado is on TV. To me, a game that's televised is more of a recruiting advantage than just a practice, you know. So I don't know. And number three. Now, number three is just as fishy as number two. The number three reason why the waiver for Colorado to scrimmage, because that's really what it is, a scrimmage against Syracuse, is because the students would miss classes. What? Don't they miss classes when they have away games? You see, that's the little fishy part right there. The students would miss classes, so you can't control for that. I'm like, first of all, what day is the actual scrimmage on? Is it the 19th of April? What day is that? Let's look at that. I need to look at that. Let's see. April 19th is a what? A Saturday. A Saturday. So what are they going to miss? Thursday and Friday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Again, feeling a little fishy. Okay, you said it was late. I can't refute that because I don't know the schedule of every school out of that. So I have to give that to you. An unfair advantage I call poppycock because Colorado's spring game is on television, and being televised is more advantageous for recruiting, even if you're playing yourself, than it is to play another school in pads in a scrimmage. So I call cap. Okay, that's cap on that. Number three, they would miss classes. The game is on a Saturday. Syracuse said they'd be in town 3 days. The weekend is 2 days. So they're going to miss Friday or they're going to miss Monday. And isn't that the same thing that happens when they play away games? There's at least 6 away games on average. So technically, for Syracuse, this is just an away game. Colorado was in Colorado. Syracuse was coming to Folsom. So why couldn't they follow the same protocol for away games? Come on. So, you know, people were talking about who's actually on the committee. It's people like the AD from Oregon and other schools and people from Florida. And I said, you know what? It don't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Somebody said they might have to wait a whole year for this to happen. And I'm thinking to myself, we're talking about a scrimmage. We're talking about a scrimmage in a stadium that already exists with procedures and process and protocols for away games. And you trying to tell me you couldn't just add a game on the schedule and Syracuse just fly on planes that fly all day long to just come out here and scrimmage and go home and make some money for the schools? And that's not stopping other schools from doing it. Oklahoma Oklahoma said their plan was they were going to play Oklahoma one weekend at home and one weekend away and split the money at $25 a head per school. Whether that happens or not, you know, I don't know. But the point is, other schools have the idea. So why not talk to the other schools that are out there and get how they feel about it, rather than you making an arbitrary decision based on BS. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Join the conversation daily, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you there.